flag is in the air here at New Hampshire. From New Hampshire, once this race continues, things can change in an instant at day 7. Thomas Jowers Jr. did get his lap back. There he goes, celebrating tonight at day. Welcome everyone to the Trackside Racing Network. We're about to go live here in just a few moments here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway for the Dynasty Racing League. New Hampshire 150 about to get underway here in about a little under 10 minutes or so. We got a couple little small things we're going to do and get out of the way and go over a couple things here, including a couple new things. But first, like I said, we are at New Hampshire. Should be a fun race. This 1 mile flat track. I kind of want to compare this track a little bit different compared to most tracks. As you can see up on our grid right now, kind of compares to Martinsville Speedway. Only difference is about a half mile longer than Martinsville. However, both turns are 12 degrees. Very flat track, and a little bit difference is you're going to have to take the turns a little bit more higher in the turn compared to what you would at Martinsville. But either way, it should be a very fun race. We're about to get a couple interviews here in a few minutes. Going to bring in Tater Bowman. We'll be interviewing him here in just a few moments. But first, I want to go ahead and start the national anthem as we get ready to go live here in just a few moments. We'll be right back right after this.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Welcome back to New Hampshire Motor Speedway. About 7 minutes until we start qualifying. Next up, I want to bring in a special guest, Tater Bowman. I want to bring in and get a little interview with him. He's going to be talking about something special these guys are going to be doing starting in August, so I'll go ahead and bring him in right now. Hey, Tater, you got me?
Hey, sir. How you doing?
Pretty good, man. I wanted to bring you in a little bit, and I want you to talk to everybody out there listening a little bit about what you all are starting in August. I know that y'all got a special announcement y'all was going to make, and plus I got the graphic I'm going to post up as well. So tell us a little bit about what you're planning on doing.
All right. Well, Dynasty Racing League throughout the month of August is going to offer mid-season mayhem, which will be powered by twitch.tv/TaterS. Basically, it's pretty simple. You win 3 races of the 5 we have going in August. You get $100 USD redeemable on either iRacing credit or Amazon gift card.
Now, let's speak a little bit about this. We know that sponsors help a lot, not only for the drivers, but also, you know, for people out there trying to get in. What made you all decide, I know that's your wife, I believe, is Twitch channel, but what all made you decide to go on and come in and sponsor this league for that?
Well, first off, I mean, I have a passion for racing, growing up in a racing family, and, you know, just always wanting to be a part of something bigger than myself. And my wife, she's the same way. She's a content creator over on Twitch, and we just thought it would be a good idea to maybe try to help this league gain some momentum in its first season in iRacing. And decided to, do what we could do to help out. Now, JP, James Pandoff, he runs a tight ship, and he wants to see this league succeed, and that's kind of what threw me over the edge. And myself and my wife, went ahead and said, let's do it.
Well, right now you all got a great crowd in here tonight. 30 drivers from what I'm seeing, man. Let's talk a little bit about tonight. What do you expect from tonight? How do you think this race will be?
Well, if it's any indication, we had, New Hampshire presents some unique challenges, especially the breaking points entering 1 and 3. So I expect there to be a little shaken up when we first go green here. We got some of the best drivers in iRacing, in my opinion, some patient guys, some guys that really show their maturity. And it's going to be exciting. I tell you what, 150 laps in New Hampshire.
Yeah, I agree. I'm really looking forward to it, man. Thank you for joining me. Hopefully we will get you back in here, of course, before the start of the Mayhem, and starting in August, and we'll go over a little bit more and explain a little bit how it works. So thank you for joining me, man.
Hey, appreciate it. Appreciate your time, sir.
Oh, no problem, buddy. That was Taylor Bowman. As he mentioned, you've seen the graphic pop up just a second ago. We'll pop it up one more time. And this is the Dynasty Racing League Mid-Cash Mayhem. Now, this does not start until August, but what makes it interesting, if you are able to win 3 of the 5 races, or a driver wins 3 of the 5 races, then you get $100, either iRacing gift card or Amazon credit, which is pretty awesome. And that is sponsored by, of course, twitch.tv/Taterus. And go check that out. I haven't seen it yet. I'm actually going to go right here in just a few minutes and go ahead and follow that channel, because I always, any race that puts up with me broadcasting has got to be somewhat decent. So I'll be make sure I go over and hit follow right after this, and look forward to watching some content put over there. So it should be fun. And I want to thank you, them, for their sponsorship. Also, I want to give a shout out to another person that does a lot with this league, and it's been a little bit different. If it wasn't for them, you'll see their logo at the start of the commercial breaks. But I want to thank Silent Syndicate Racing, Ron Branch's team, for hosting all the Monday night practices, and Martin Wenzel for putting together amazing recaps of this races. I'll post the link in the description here as well. You all can check out post-race recaps and everything on his channel. But also, like I said, SSR Racing, or Silent Syndicate Racing, very awesome for them to be able to come in and host and put practice up. This stuff's not cheap all the time. So there is the channel that I just posted in the description of the link, and you can go there and see all the post-race recent activity and all the race recaps and stuff like that. So with that said, we got about 2 minutes left here in practice, and then we start qualifying. I do want to mention this is 15 incident limit. There are no fast repairs, which makes this league very unique. I absolutely love that. And as you see the 2 car coming right into your screen, that was Ryan Hesgard, and that was a pretty cool view, by the way, if I can say so. But like I said, the race should be a very fun race. We've seen some great racing here this past week. This is actually our 3rd. Let me think here. This is our 3rd race, I believe, broadcast. The 4th race broadcasted here for this week in general. So we just did one Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Or I'm sorry, Friday, Saturday, and Monday and Tuesday. Now Tuesday. So and all the races have been absolutely the best racing we've seen in a very long time. So I'm really looking forward to how this race plays out. Like I said, it's going to be a good one. We broadcast last night's race. I think we only had 4 cautions and 90 laps, so not bad at all. I expect Cup cars to be a little bit different. However, the weather's not bad. As we take a real quick look at that, going to be a little bit grippier track, which is what the drivers want. Track temp right at 95 degrees here in Loudon, New Hampshire, on this 1.mile track, and wind speed 6 miles an hour out of the south. And air temp right at 84 with mostly cloudy skies. So that's going to allow some good racing, I believe, for the most part. It's going to mix some things up. And pit strategy, we always know, is going to be key here. Pit road speed, very slow. I believe it's like 35. I can't remember off the top of my head what the pit road speed is here. But it should be very, good. And watch and see what kind of strategies people pull out if we have a green flag stop. If we don't, anything can happen on pit road. If you get out in front and clean air, it's going to be tough. So I'm going to go ahead and get my pick in right now. I think the guys that you see, Tommy Bordeaux is going to be really fast. Blake Griffin, Christopher Fowler is your top three. I'm going to go with someone a little bit different. Like I said, I'm really new to broadcasting this league. I'm going to go back with the 77 Jeremy Longoria to have a big race and possibly even a win. I do expect him to get a top three. Main reason why I'm picking him is he is 15th fastest, which is not bad at all and not far off the top time. But I'm going to go with him to pick up the win, and mainly because I love his car, by the way, and I'll show it here soon. So, practice wrapping up, qualifying just about to take place, and you can see it. And keep an eye on this other thing that we're about to see, rubber. Watch how much rubber gets put down over the course of this race. You will see a solid black line on the racetrack. Here comes Sam Hensley out on track in the number 26 Lowe's Chevrolet, about to put down his first lap. This is his out lap with a 1,576 I rating. Current is a C-Class 2.54, which don't make a big difference, but we'll see how he does as he works through turn number 3. You can see him choosing that super high lane to try to get the run out of turn number 4. Going to bring it to the bottom and full throttle out. Get a little loose, as these Cup cars have a lot of wheel spin, especially with this lowered downforce package. It can change how the car handles. Even on these types of tracks, it makes a huge difference. So, as we work through turn number 2, you can see him still a little loose exit of turn 2, which is where we're going to see most of our drivers have issues. Also, one thing that could be an issue here is wheel spin. During the restarts, when we have yellows, because I expect we are going to have a few, look for a lot of wheel spin on this track as the 26 crosses the start-finish line, currently first with the 29.248. Great lap by Sam Hensley. Jump over to the 48 of Christopher Fowler, driving the number 48 Sim Seats Chevrolet with fast signs from Lazy Days Racing team. Great group of guys over there as well. Better look at his paint scheme as well. That's a pretty cool looking scheme. We work through turn 4. We'll see if he's able to jump up. This is his first lap. The number 48, Christopher Fowler, puts down a 29.413, currently setting in 4th. We'll go back a little bit further. Here's Danny Newton, driver of the number 51 car, Chevrolet, from Syndicate, or I'm sorry, I apologize, from Silent Syndicate Racing. Currently 16th on the board, so we'll see if he improves here in just a few moments. A little bit further, the driver of the number 12 Monster Energy Toyota is William Roberts Jr., currently 6th on the charts right now. So he works down into turns 3 and 4. Really good exit, looks like, for this number 12 car. We'll see if he improves on his lap. 29.489 first lap. A 29.273 does improve, however. Does jump up to 6th or 5th place, so not bad at all. Ron Branch, the driver of the number 23 Ford from SSR Racing. You see him out as well. He works into turn 3, currently 22nd on the charts right now, looking to improve on his lap. We got about 2 minutes left here in qualifying as he works through turn number 4. Very tricky turn. You got to watch out not to get the wheel spin off the corner. 30.720 last lap. This lap, however, will be a little bit slower, actually, with a 30.793. We'll go back to another driver. Here is Martin Wenzel, the number 4 DeWalt Toyota, currently 19th with the 29.812. Let's see if he picks it up as he crosses the start-finish line. He will not pick up actually anything, which is very strange. Did not pick up anything there. So we'll continue watching that. It looks like he's going to keep practicing, get some practice laps in as well. 42 coming down pit road. Here is the 2 of Ryan Hesgard, working through turns 3 now. Currently with the 29.406 as his fast lap. He's just continuing practicing, going to pull it in. 29.915 his last lap. Still a couple guys that have not qualified yet. Taylor Bowman, Matt Baker has yet to put down a lap. Mitchell Briggs is another one of them, has not. Just looking through the field. As you see, this number 4 car still continuing to get some practice in. Right now, Tommy Bordeaux, your current pole sitter. Zach Weston in second, and Blake Griffith currently in third. And guys, I apologize if I'm getting some of these names wrong. It'll take me a couple weeks to get some of them right, so just want to point that out. Hey, Victor, how are you, man? Thank you for tuning in. Awesome to have you here, buddy. Basically, what the 4 is doing is just getting a little bit extra practice as qualifying comes to an end. It will be Tommy Bordeaux on the front row here tonight. And we will actually bring him in and get our interview if he's in TeamSpeak. I got to check and see if he is, which I'm pretty sure he is. Once he grids up, and he is. Let's see if I can find him. Alright, let me bring in our pole sitter of the night, Tommy Bordeaux. Hey, Tommy, you got a copy? Hey, Tommy, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey,
How's it
man,
going?
I'm pretty good. You?
Yeah, doing well.
Starting on a pole tonight. It's pretty big here, especially for New Hampshire. Clean air. How important is it to have that clean air and that first pit stall here?
Yeah, you know, it's huge. Track position is so important here, especially with the tires falling off. As soon as they do, you really got to be in a good spot there. It's so hard to pass. So yeah, pole's a huge advantage. Really excited to have it.
How tough is this place to... We expect it to get tough over time once the rubber starts building up, but one issue could be is lap traffic. How important is lap traffic here and trying to work through that as this race continues?
Yeah, it's difficult, and you know, going through traffic so hard. You got to find the right line. This track is just so line sensitive. If you're off just a little bit, half a lane, you know, it can mess up your entire lap. So it'll be a challenge, but I love this track and for that. So really looking forward to race here.
All right, man. Go up there and see if you can put that number 57. I love the paint scheme, by the way, and I'll be up here watching. Good luck, buddy.
All right, thanks.
Thanks, man. That was the driver of the 57 car, Tommy Bordeaux, who I believe, if I'm not mistaken, will be his first pole of the season once I get my graphics up. It will be his first pole of the season. Actually, I take it back. He was the pole sitter last week, and at Watkins Glen, he won. So, a little bit of information. Last week, they did race Watkins Glen. We were supposed to broadcast it. Unfortunately, didn't get to because of technical problems on my part, and I apologize for all that. But Tommy also picked up the win last week, and that's very cool. We'll see some more how he does here tonight. He actually led all 45 laps last week and put pretty much a beat down on everybody. It looks like from what I'm seeing. So it should be a fun race as we are rolling here at New Hampshire. A lot of cars out on track tonight. A total of, I believe, 30 is what I'm seeing. Might be 29. It is 30. Let me know who gets the win here tonight, guys. Give me your thoughts. And as we get ready to go racing, it should be a very fun race. It's going to be an entertaining race. I do expect cautions early, but I do expect green flag runs as this race continues. We'll just have to wait and see as we watch the cars work through turns 3 and 4 from the front stretch grandstands. Very first race I had broadcasted with these guys, so I'm still not familiar with everybody in here. Hopefully learn a little bit tonight as well. As we watch the Ford Mustang pace car pull in, green flag about to wave. We are green flag here at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. 150 laps as Tommy Bordeaux leads them to the green flag. Through turns 1 and 2 already. You can see that 98, the outside line slowly trying to get a advantage from the outside of Zach Weinstein. And already you can see 3 wide battle back behind them. That is battle for the 4th position. The 04 of Aaron Fowler working at high side along with that 5 car. Blake Griffin caught in the middle. There goes the 12 on the low side and that 5 prevails. Zach takes the lead over and will be our first leader here tonight. As we go back down into turn number 1, we'll take a little bit further look back through the field. Here's that 77 and the 66. That is Aaron James and Jeremy Longoria working both on that 8 car right in front of them. did not get to go over the grid exactly, guys, because the track's so short. I apologize with the interview and stuff. So I do apologize not going over the grid. As we watch this battle, still 2 Jeff Gordon cars working side by side with each other, and it looks like the 66 is going to get a run on that outside line. And we got 1 car, and that is the 12, already into the wall. He has fallen back, William Roberts, and caution will not fly, and unfortunately for him, his car is really damaged. Caution flies as our first caution of the night comes out as the 12 goes around, and we will get an interview with it. Oop, we have to get a little bit further back than that. I need to get me a graphic made for the instant replay. Gets loose coming out of turn 2, hard into the wall. And unfortunately for him, they have no fast repairs, so he is going to be in pit lane. It looks like he is blown up. So unfortunately, his night's going to come to an end early. We'll see if they come down pit road. We are 4 laps into this 150 lap race, and I do expect a lot of cars to hit pit road. As Zach, I know I'm butchering his last name. They told me how to pronounce it at the beginning, but I know I'm butchering it, so I apologize. Does not look like we're going to have any takers. We may have a couple cars towards the back come in, which might not be a bad idea. There we go. The 87 coming in. A couple of guys coming in after that. I think that's a good strategy. You see the 38. He rolls into pit box number 27. See that 42? This is Mitchell Briggs. Started back in the 29 spot, currently up to 26. Oh, a little bit of a lag issue there. Going to be okay, though. Josh Coppernall in front of him. See, he's down and away. Also, Mark Vega, which I'm actually very familiar with. Mark is a really good A-car cup driver. I've actually broadcasted a couple races with him in it, and very impressed with him. I'm actually a big fan of him. So we'll see how he does in this race tonight as well. Bailey's a tough pick. There was so many people when I first watched, you know, during practice. We didn't have a lot of wrecks in practice, so I knew we would have some early. But I think it all depends on, you know, position where you're going to put yourself at the right time. You know, right now I think, you know, you just got to log laps and stuff. This is my opinion. I know everybody's got their own opinions, of course. But I think right now, now this is me, and I'm absolutely horrible at iRacing, in my opinion. So I just lay back and I wait for the rest to happen. Then towards the end of the race, I slowly start trying to make my move. And then pit stops would be a big issue, what I would do. And try to put myself up in that position to try to get a top 5 or so. I would be happy with, especially here because I'm garbage at New Hampshire. This place is so tough to race. I mean, I don't envy these guys at all for racing here because this place is so tough. So that's just me. I think it's all about track position and when you put yourself in that position. Don't forget, next week we do go live at Kansas, and I absolutely love Kansas, my favorite racetrack on iRacing. And then it gets really fun. August 1st is when the Mayhem starts. Remember, we'll put that graphic up again as well. And they are starting a $100 gift card. Mid-season Mayhem. 5 races. If you win 3 of them races, you get $100. That's pretty cool. So there's some of your rules. That is sponsored by Taters from Twitch.tv. Pretty cool to have her. And I know Tater Bowman also had a lot to do with that, so appreciate that. As we get ready to go green, I'm going to have to get Zach in here and get his name right. And I believe Bailey's is Gallus, I believe is how you say his name. Let me know if I'm saying that wrong. I probably am. So we watched the pace car coming through, about to have our second restart. Watch for wheel spin. That could be an issue. As the pace car drops in, we are green flag back here once again at New Hampshire. And at 57 now of Tommy Bordeaux will have the outside line and take the lead away early as we go down into turn number 1. Go a little stack up on the inside line. Watch that 04. This could get ugly in a hurry. And it looks like it's going to be okay. Aaron Fowler really slid up there as we work off turn number 2. You can see Aaron right there running to the outside of Ryan Hesgard. Riding on board with Aaron as he goes back down into turn number 2. Very difficult track. To me, it resembles a lot of Martinsville. I know it's a little bit bigger track, and the line is a lot different, but it's very flat, and that makes it very unique. As you see here, there comes a pass, as Ryan Hesgard trying to get to the inside. Tough to make a pass down there. Pretty much you got to do a slide job is what we would see in dirt racing, or what we call it in dirt racing. Everybody pretty much knows what that is, where you slide up in front of the driver on your outside. And he's still trying it. It's so tough to pass, though. We'll see if he's able to do it. He does have the bumper almost out in front of him. If he can squeeze it up there, looks like he will complete the pass and slide up in front. There it is. And the number 2 moves into the top 5 spot, as he's actually one of our, I believe, biggest movers. Yes, up 3 spots. And a little bump comes from that 04 car. Fowler touches the bumper of Ryan and try to move him out of the way, but unfortunately not going to be able to do it. As we take a little further look back, you can see a battle back here for the 15th spot. Austin Hex under pressure right now from the 31 of Joshua Sleater, coming out of turn 4. Not going to be able to take it right now. Side by side of 77 and the 66. 2 Jeff Gordon cars. Jeremy Longoria and Aaron James in the rainbow car, and then Jeremy is in the Flames number 77 DuPont, right behind the 72 of Daniel Hallis. And the 72 goes around hard into the wall, no bumper, and caution will fly. May have had help, and it looks like he did. Let's take another view of this once again. Yes, he did. A 66. Mayer came up on him, got into the bumper, and around he went. And unfortunately for him, he will not have a bumper. He'll be getting some repairs done. Pit road's going to be open, and I do expect every one of them to come in this time, as some of these guys that actually stayed out earlier may actually stay out and move up and try to get a bonus point for a lap led. But here we go. Some cars, the 2, the 8, and a bunch more following suit. You see the 77, the 7 coming down as well. 74, the 28, 23. Bunch of guys all coming down pit road. As you see, they're pulling into the pit stalls right in front of you. Looks like the 74, James Pantoff, may have had a little issue there getting into his box. And down we go. And it looks like the 8 will win the race off pit road. I believe it was Bailey Janalis. I know I'm saying that wrong. We will be right back right after a quick break. And maybe I'll actually learn how to pronounce his name right.
You know, racing the truck at Eldora versus, say, racing a sprint car at Eldora, it's not even comparable. It's just really slow motion. The car kind of floats around more. Challenging because they are so heavy, and it's just way different.
We are back here at New Hampshire as we work our second caution of the night. About to go back green here in just a few moments as we wait and get a real quick look at our race summary right now. 2 cautions so far for about to be 8 laps, and only 1 lead change, as it was the 57. Actually, the 98 took it away from the 57, and the 57 took it back. So, yeah, that's it for the most part right now. As the pace lights are off on the Ford Mustang pace car. It is Tommy Bordeaux, Zach Weinstein, and Blake Griffin, your top 3. That 5 car is looking really fast as well. So far, fastest lap of the race goes to the driver of the number 98 car. As we watch for the pace car to drop off. There goes the pace car. Green flag about to wave. And green flag is out as we are back racing once again at New Hampshire. As we work through turn number 2, you can already see this 5 car trying to make a pass now for second place to the inside of Zach, trying to get a run at 26 also there as well. Not going to be able to do it at the moment. We'll go a little bit further back and look here. Here's the 77. Jeremy Longoria is starting to work his way slowly up as he looks underneath the 82 of Ryan Haskard, trying to move into the top 7. Well, I'm sorry, that is the 8th position. We got a wreck behind them. Big wreck here. The 48's around. And multiple cars involved. Christopher Fowler being one of them. This was actually a two-car wreck, I believe. This is 2 different separate wrecks. As we go high above, I believe was it the 8 that got involved as well? Was not. So as we watch, you see the 68 get loose. That's stacked up the field. James Pandoff into the back of the 48. And the 48 goes upside down. And also, who else was that? Sorry, trying to get who this was. Ryan Branch, I believe, was one of them. It was in the 23 car. He went into the tire barrier. You can see the damage on the back end of his car. Not too bad. And it looks like he may actually just blew up. And then we got another smoker up in front of him as he made his way back to the pit road. And that will be our 3rd caution now. As pit stops once again were open, we will pull in. Let's pull in the 8 car. Maybe I can actually get his name right this time. Hey, Bailey, you got a copy?
Yeah.
First off, can you pronounce your last name for me?
It is Jolinus.
Jolinus, thank you. It was told to me before, and I had it, and I forgot it, and it just lost my head. Anyway, let's talk a little bit about your car. Currently running 5th. These guys in front of you got a lot older tires right now. We did have some cautions, of course, but 15-lap fresher tires you have. You think that could be a big advantage here for you going on in this next run?
Yeah. I think if I just careful with it, save it a little, and try not to push too hard on them, they'll wear it out. I should be able to get right around them.
It's very tough right now with all the traffic. How tough is it going through here and trying to put the pass on to try to make a clean pass here, especially, you know, at New Hampshire where it's so flat?
Well, all weekend it's been tough to pass, and I've been just trying to get my apex down to get by all these guys. Other than that, just kind of got to ride and wait it out.
All right, man. Good luck. I know you got people in the chat cheering for you, so good luck, and we'll be up here watching you.
Yep.
Thanks, buddy. So that was Bailey Julius. And I knew I'd get it right. Jolinus. Yeah, there we go. See, You know what I'm doing? Not really. So he does have, like I said, 15 lap fresher tires compared to the guys in front of him. Tommy Bordeaux, Zach in the 98, Blake Griffin and the 5, and Sam Hensley all have 21 laps on their tires. Bailey actually only has 7, so that's about a 14 lap difference. And then Joshua behind him, another 21. Everybody else behind him has 7. First car with fresh tires that did just come out of the pits is back here, Mark Vega in the number 82 car. Very good driver, as I mentioned before, right in front of James Pandoff. You can see him there as well, who was caught up in that wreck just a little bit, but he could not get slowed down enough, so it hopefully wasn't on purpose. So the pace lights are off. And I mentioned at the start of the broadcast, I did expect cautions to happen early. I do expect them long green flags to happen. And it's just about all getting there, so. And I do know some of these guys are still new with each other and stuff like that, so that makes a big difference as well as they try to get familiar with each other's driving style and all that. As we get ready to watch the pace car go down on the pit road. It is once again Tommy Bordeaux on that inside line. We'll see if that 98's able to get a run on the outside. That's where you want to be. We'll see what happens as the pace car pulls in. Green flag back out. You can see that 26 really didn't get a good enough start. Blake Griffin really pushing here. Jumps to the outside line. 3 wide for the lead. Not going to happen. The 5 backs out of that. And everybody trying to get clear as we work down through the back stretch. Coming off turn number 2. See the 26, Sam Hensley, slowly starting to work the outside line on that 5 of Blake Griffin. He's going to go around into the wall. The 26 hard into the wall, and caution will fly once again. I think he may have help. We'll find out. Let me go a little bit further back than this. Hard to see from that view. The 8 was riding behind him. I don't know if he locked up the brakes or what happened. He did go in pretty deep. Looks like he was helped around. Tried to save it. Almost did save it. Unfortunately, put it into the outside wall as everybody else dodges and avoids him. So, 1 car wreck here on lap number 24. Make that 23. That's when the caution actually happened. So once again, caution flies, and with that, we'll take another break and be right back here for Dynasty Racing League at New Hampshire.
Hi guys, I'm Scott Speed, driver of this amazing Volkswagen Beetle GRC car. I got good news for the iRacing fam. We got this coming in. I'm currently working on it myself personally to make sure that it is as accurate as possible. With the addition of dirt and now this mean car, it is going to be so fun. And it's going to be available free to all the iRacing members. Personally, I can't wait to get out there and race you guys on it.
back here again at New Hampshire, about to get this race going back under green once again. And as we wait for the pace car to pull off, Dynasty Racing League, lap number 28. Green flag is out. We're back to racing here once again. And already side by side all throughout the field. We'll see what happens as we go down into turn number 1. Everybody's still clean right now. It's the 57 able to get a big run out. He's going to take the lead permanently right now. No pressure there. The 7 of Christopher gets around the outside of the 31. Fresher lap tires slowly starting to come into play. You can see that there by that pass the 7 made in that number 7 Hooters car. A little bit further back, here's some good racing happening. Right there you see the 28, a little bit of damage on that car. Jared Ziegler also up there. And the 71, currently in 12th after starting way back in 25th, up 13 spots so far. Mainly by avoiding and dodging the cautions that we've had. You've got to give him credit for doing that. See Bailey Gelanis right here as well, looking back to the inside here on that number 87 car of Casey Drake. That's pretty cool. It's something you don't see very often. You got the Goodwrench car, and then you got the Nationwide Dale Jr. car. So Dale Sr. and Dale Jr. So that's pretty cool. As we watch this battle, you see that 71 getting loose. Here goes the 87 getting loose. He does a great job on saving that. Wow. Back in 18th as we go back up towards the front. Trying to find the closest battles. Everybody's slowly starting to spread out besides back here. Bailey looking underneath Jack Laylaw. And able to put the pass cleanly on the number 44. Bailey moves back into the 14th spot. After stopping on that last stop. Slowly starting to work his way up. See the distance right in front of him as he looks back to the outside. This is on Thomas Harmon, who is currently running the 13, trying to get around this 28 of Austin Hack. And right now he's not going to have the outside groove to help him, so that's going to open up the door for Bailey, who jumps to the outside. I think we got a, I thought I heard a wreck happening in front of us. Apparently not. Bailey actually going to take 2 spots away and move him up to the 8th spot, moves to 28. 28 is going to go wide and give up that spot and falls back to the 14th position, as now you see the 26, Sam Hensley, working to the inside in that low Chevy car. A little bit of damage on that back end. Working through turn 4. You also see that